No one could have predicted that a BAFTA after-party would turn into a heated confrontation, where two men who had been closely associated with actress Katrina Balfe finally couldn't contain the anger that had been simmering for years. Tony McGill, the music producer and husband of Katrina, entered the room with a cold glare. Sam Heughan, her Outlander co-star of a decade, was chatting intimately with Katrina at the corner of the table, both of them laughing as if no one else was around. Everyone could feel the change in the atmosphere as Tony appeared. He walked straight up to Sam, skipping the usual greetings. "We need to talk, now," Tony said, his voice low and firm. Sam straightened, his eyes never leaving Tony. "About what?" he asked, but there was no surprise in his voice. Katrina stood in the middle, flustered, her eyes glaring at the two men. "Tony, don't do this here," but it was too late. Tony clenched his fists. "You think I don't know? The way you look at her. The trips you two take to film, without anyone else. I've had enough." Sam remained calm, but his blue eyes began to flash with anger. "Katrina and I are best friends. If that's a problem for you, then maybe you shouldn't have married her in the first place." The air in the room seemed to thicken. Several close friends in the industry quickly closed the door, keeping the rumors from spreading. "Best friends?" Tony laughed, a bitter laugh. "You can lie to the press, but you can't lie to me. I've seen the messages, the voice recordings, the photos. You dare say there's nothing between you two?" Katrina turned to Tony, her eyes red. "Tony, enough. I never betrayed you. It's not Sam's fault. Don't turn this into a madness." But Tony didn't stop. He pulled out his phone and played a recording. Katrina's voice echoed in the room, whispering, vulnerable, and sincere. "Sam, I don't know what I'd do without you in my life." The room fell silent. Sam looked at Katrina, and for the first time, he looked confused. She paused, then nodded. "I said it, and I don't regret it. But not in the way you think, Tony." Tony pulled back, his eyes glazed. "So it's true. I love him," Katrina sobbed. "I love Sam, in a way that I can't name. But that doesn't mean I didn't love you. We tried, but there are things in me that can't be forced anymore." Sam stepped forward, placing a gentle hand on Katrina's shoulder. "I never meant for it to be this way. But maybe it's time for you to know the truth." Tony clenched his fists, then dropped the phone to the floor. His eyes were no longer filled with anger, but with deep disappointment. "It's over." A moment later, he turned and walked away without another word. The door closed behind him, a final blow to their already rocky marriage. Katrina sat down on the couch, her face pale. Sam sat next to her, saying nothing, just holding her hand. "They'll know soon enough," she whispered. Sam nodded. "And we'll face it together." Outside in the hallway, flashbulbs began to flash. The paparazzi seemed to have caught wind of the news. But inside the room, no one cared anymore. Because, after all, the truth had been told. As painful as it is, it's also the first step to starting over, the right way. The next morning, the British and American media exploded. Headlines were all over the news. Katrina Balfe in tears during husband confrontation. The truth about her relationship with Sam Heughan revealed. Tony McGill leaves BAFTA party after heated argument with Sam Heughan, friendship or love? Outlander star's ambiguous relationship takes social media by storm. The news spread like wildfire. Hidden videos and close-up photos of Sam and Katrina leaving the event with tense faces were widely shared. Within 24 hours, millions of shares and comments exploded on X, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. A large, Outlander, fan page with more than 2 million followers posted a post that attracted tens of thousands of comments. If this is true, then all the sweet moments on set, the looks they gave each other, were not acting. My heart is broken and happy at the same time, some criticized, calling it a betrayal. But most sided with Sam and Katrina, believing that they had been true to their feelings all this time but were suppressed by prejudice and responsibility. 3 days later, Katrina Balfe decided to break her silence. She posted a long post on her personal account. "I owe my fans the truth, but I also owe myself an honest life. Tony and I have been through many difficult years. We are no longer on the same emotional frequency. Sam and I. We are two souls who have been together for more than a decade. That feeling is not named, not defined, but it is deep, sacred and undeniable. I am not proud of hurting someone, but I also cannot continue to live in a fake. I hope you understand that I am choosing the path of honesty." The post immediately received more than 1 million likes in just a few hours. Public opinion began to calm down, replaced by a wave of sympathy and support. The online community called her the bravest actress in Hollywood this year. A few days later, Sam Heughan also spoke out in an exclusive interview with Vanity Fair magazine. Asked if he was in a relationship with Katrina, he replied, "I don't know what to call what we have. It's not like any love I've ever had. Maybe it's a soulmate thing, but if I can, I want the world to know that I love her, in the deepest way a man can love a woman." The quote instantly became the most shared quote of the week. A new hashtag has emerged, #SamTriona4Ever, symbolizing the belief that the two stars are finally being themselves. Meanwhile, Tony McGill has remained completely silent. A source close to his friends said that Tony has retreated to a small villa on the outskirts of Glasgow. The friend told the press, Tony was heartbroken, but he also understood that feelings cannot be forced. What hurt him the most was the realization that he had lost Katrina a long time ago. It was just that day that he really realized it. Amidst the public storm, Katrina and Sam unexpectedly appeared publicly together for the first time at a charity fundraising event in Edinburgh. The two did not hide their feelings. Sam gently held Katrina's hand as they walked the red carpet. Their gentle smiles, this time no longer acting, made both the media and fans choke up. In her speech at the event, Katrina emotionally said, "Love doesn't always come at the right time, in the right way, or with the right person. But when it comes from the heart, no matter how late, it is still the most precious gift." Sam turned to look at her, his eyes sparkling in the spotlight. He whispered, "I'm here for you." The audience stood up and applauded, not only for the two stars, but for two people who dared to live truthfully and love when the whole world was judging.